It's Andrew Schatkin Showtime. Andrew, what's going on, man?
Okay, this is the deal, Neil. The topic for today, ladies and gentlemen, and I know if you are parents, you are going to be concerned about this. If you don't know about it, then I will raise your consciousness on this issue. The issue is there a war on the West in our society? Let me give you some examples. The other day, I met a girl in a bookstore in Manhattan, and she never heard of George Orwell. Now, George Orwell is one of the premier writers of all time. He wrote two great books, one Animal Farm and one 1984, which defined political propaganda as the problem, as politicalization of our thinking. He hit the nail on the head, and that's why if you don't read those books, if you don't know that man, then you will not be informed. Second, I met another girl in a restaurant where I live in Queens. She had never heard of Leo Tolstoy. Now, Leo Tolstoy, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. These people are the thought leaders of all time. Tolstoy is a writer. He is a person that Gandhi, who liberated India and brought about an independent India, he was a follower of Tolstoy. Tolstoy believed in primitive Christianity. He believed in giving up his property and giving up his serfs and living a simple life. Gandhi followed him, as did many other people. Leo Tolstoy was an outstanding, I'm just saying this, Neil, this man was a premier thinker of all time. And it's true. And if people don't know about these people, and then they'll read these people, their minds will be destroyed. And I say the third one is John Milton, who wrote Paradise Lost. Why do I think this person had never heard of Milton of Paradise Lost? Why am I concerned? Because John Milton, again, was a top thinker of all time. And when he wrote that epic poem, he defined the problem of humanity. Frankly, Neil, I hate to say it, but with 7 genocides in the past 100 years, there is a problem in human nature. If people don't realize that, I'm afraid they look at rose-colored glasses. So question is, obviously, these books are not, these are college students that I spoke to. These books are not being assigned in the schools. And I
Why
ask
are they
you,
not being assigned, Andrew?
what? Why? Because I say there is a force in our society that that is a war on Western culture. There are forces in our society that want it out. Now, the reason for it, I don't know. I don't think it's multiculturalism, because I think plenty of Muslims and Asian people are fans of Western culture. I don't believe that's true. I don't think it may be a vocational issue in the schools. They don't want to teach this stuff anymore. But it also could be other factors such as technology. And I'm not faulting technology. Technology is great. But obviously, I'm convinced, ladies and gentlemen, I want to raise your thinking on this issue that there are forces in our society, particularly in our school system, that want to kick out the West, and what they want to substitute it with, I don't know. One factor is time. They will say these are old books, these are irrelevant books. But on the other hand, that is not clear thinking, ladies and gentlemen, because older books have been vetted. They have stood the test of time. And because something, let me tell you something, Neil. This society today is a fad, modern, current society. Many people maintain the mistaken position, that it's got to be new to be valid. It's got to have a new suit. You got to have a new car. It's got to be current. And unless it's current, it's invalid and untrue. That is nonsense. That we stand on the shoulders of the past. And these books, I'm not saying they should be the only books. I'm not against multiculturalism or anything of that character. I have no race prejudice, an ounce of it in my constitution. And I welcome other cultures and knowing about them. But on the other hand, these books are important. These are cultural icons. And I think there are forces that want to, I think, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you join in my concern on this broadcast and think about it. Do you want your children not to know about Western culture? If you want that, If you think it's okay, if you don't care, essentially, or indifferent, or don't understand what's going on, that's fine. But I'm raising the issue for you to give consideration
Correct.
to. I
All
think
right.
there's a war on Western values.
So what should we do?
Uh, it's a very difficult situation because let me put it this way, Nia. Our schools, and I don't, you might agree with me, and you could disagree with me, ladies and gentlemen. Our schools are not places of learning anymore. They are places of political propaganda mills. I think they are. What do you think, Neil?
It still depends. Like, I'm
What?
not going to give you that as a journalist, as I won't be going out there because I interview everybody. But I mean, they have their agenda, they believe what's right, and that's it.
Yeah, well, but as I say, they are not places of thought and learning. Thought is where you see 2 to 3 sides of every story and factor. That is thinking, isn't it? You don't
Yeah,
see one thing,
definitely,
you don't
definitely.
see one way, you see a varied number of approaches to the issue, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So to think to I'm convinced, ladies and gentlemen, it's tragic. I don't want to say this. It makes me unhappy to say it, but our dear young people are being politically propagandized. That is my opinion in the school system.
So we.
Or they have an, as you say, there is an agenda present, and this agenda is being employed and pushed.
Okay, so ShatkinShow.com for more information. Check out the new website soon to be launched. It looks fantastic. Andrew will be excited to
Did
see.
you put the
That's
new
how
website
someone
in,
with
Neil?
Andrew. We're right now in the interview. But yes, it's almost done. ShatkinShow.com. And if you want a really good website, again, go to NeilHaley.com once you see Andrew's website. But take care. We'll talk next week, Andrew.
Okay, and ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, one other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I write books, as do many people. I'm not an arrogant person, Neil. I know a lot of people write books. Thousands of books are produced each year. It doesn't make me any particularly unique or anything like that, but I do write books. Some of them are Christian books, essays in the Christian worldview, essays on faith, culture, politics, and philosophy, a book on the parables. I just finished a book on the Psalms. I've written legal books. When you go to my website, which is Neil, you think it's been launched?
Schatkin Show. No, it's not yet. ShatkinShow.com. The new one will be launched. But all right, guys, take care, guys, and we'll talk soon.
Will my books be available on that
Yes,
website?
yeah, always will be available. Okay, Andrew. They will be available on your new website, but right now, just go to ShatkinShow.com. Latest updates are there. Take care, Andrew.
Take care.